Now put.
I call Dr. Kennedy Graham.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I rise to advise the committee that I've just recently, in the last half hour, developed a supplementary order paper, and that should be in front of colleagues now or very shortly. It reflects a similar concern, I think, articulated earlier by colleague Charles Chauvel, and that is that picking up from various concerns that my colleague David Clendon and the Green Party had said earlier in the committee and in the first reading, that there is a fundamental illogic in the bill here, and it can be clarified, rectified, with some fairly simple wording. If we look to in Part 1 to the purpose, and then Part 2 to the objective, and it is with regard to Clause 11, the objective, that I will offer the SOP, but just looking at the purpose under Clause 3, the purpose of the Act is to establish an environmental protection authority, that is to say, environmental protection. And when we look to the objective of the authority, and the objective is to carry out the purpose in every act, the objective, as has already been noted, says nothing at all about protection. The Clause 11, entitled Objective of EPA, says in subclause 1, the objective of the EPA is to undertake its functions in a way that contributes to the efficient, effective and transparent management of New Zealand's environment and natural and physical resources. So it makes no sense to establish an authority, a protection authority, that does not explicitly contained in the objective the protection of the environment. My proposal in the SOP is the following. The objective of the EPA is to undertake its functions in a way that ensures the protection of New Zealand's environment and natural and physical resources, while having regard to their efficient, effective and transparent management. So that wording keeps the intended thrust of the government, that is to say, the efficient, effective and transparent management of resources, but it precedes that with the superior obligation that is implicit in the bill and in the stated purpose of the bill, which is the protection of the environment. So I repeat, it ensures the protection of New Zealand's environment and natural and physical resources while having regard to their efficient, effective and transparent management. I submit that to the committee, sir, and with your indulgence, there's a separate point I'd like to raise, but may I take that on a separate call?
Is a member finishing the call?
Yes, sir, but just indicating that there is a separate point I'd like to explore, but I'd prefer to do it with a separate call, if that's possible.
We're on Part 2.
I understand.
And if you want to continue, because I can't guarantee the allocation of speaking spots.
Surely, I understand.
So the member might...
While
you have the call, you might want to...
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I appreciate the advice, but in fact... I'll in fact leave it at that, and then I'll give it a shot later.
So, Chris Ockenvold.
I move that the question be now put.
Dr. Asher Sheldry.
Thank you.